All right, we are going to go over this grammar lesson today together for the DLD. We are going to review sentence number 6. We've already reviewed sentence 5 in class, so sentence 5 and 6 will be on the next grammar quiz together. As you go through this video, please make sure to take notes. You can pause the video or you can find a PowerPoint of this video in the module if you need to do that as well. But the notes will be important because you can use them on the next activity in the DLD, and you can also use them during the grammar quiz. All right, so on your paper, under step 1, and you should have a paper that goes over this, but if you don't, just go ahead and draw the chart on a sheet of notebook paper. That will work. The sentence is, Sarah read the novel To Kill a Mockingbird in her English class. And so if we're labeling all the different parts of speech, that's what step 1 does. We want to start off with Sarah. We know Sarah's a name, so that's a noun. It's a proper noun. Sarah read, that's an action, so that's a verb, action verb. The, always an article, so that's an easy one to label. Novel, a novel is a thing, so that's a noun as well. To Kill a Mockingbird is a title of the book, and so that's a collective noun altogether, and it's proper because we would capitalize the title of a book. So you can just draw that little line over the whole thing to kind of bracket it off, and that's a noun as well. In is a preposition. Her is a possessive pronoun, and so you can see it's a third person possessive pronoun if you look in your notes. So you'll label her as a pronoun. It's her English or Sarah's English class. English is a proper adjective. It's describing the type of class she's in. It's not a noun, it's an adjective. And then class is, again, a thing, so that's a noun. And again, at this point, if you don't have all those things labeled, then go ahead and pause the video so you can get them all labeled. All right, moving on to step 2. In step 2, we're going to identify the sentence parts. Okay, so same sentence. When we're looking at Sarah read the novel To Kill a Mockingbird in her English class, Sarah is our subject, so we mark Sarah first as our subject. Read is our verb, so we ask ourselves, read what? A novel. And so we know we have a transitive verb, so read is a transitive verb. Novel is a direct object because the verb takes on a direct object that is transitive. To Kill a Mockingbird is restating what the novel is, so that's in a positive. A positive is just rename things. Like if you had said my teacher, Mrs. McClung would be the appositive, renaming teacher. And then we have in her English class is a prepositional phrase. It's an adverbial prepositional phrase because it's telling where it takes place. Adverbs answer the who, what, where, when, why type questions. And then class is the object of the preposition. You'll always have a noun in your prepositional phrases. So class is the object. And then I skipped this part. You should have, hopefully you caught it. You always underline the subject, which is Sarah, and you double underline the predicate, which is read the novel To Kill a Mockingbird in her English class. And that completes step 2. For step 3, you are labeling your clauses, sentence types, and purposes. This is just one independent clause, the whole thing, so you bracket off the whole sentence. It is a simple sentence because one independent clause makes a simple sentence, and it is declarative because it's just giving us information about what Sarah's doing in class. That completes step 3. Step 4, we need to correct the sentence, and so you'll want to correctly rewrite this. We know Sarah, and I guess I spelled that 2 different ways there. Sarah is a proper noun, and it's at the beginning of our sentence, so both of those reasons mean that that needs to be capitalized. To Kill a Mockingbird, if you're typing it, you italicize it. You're handwriting it or underlining it on a piece of paper, so if you're writing it with your hand, you underline book titles. If you are typing it in a document, you italicize them. So if you're confused, if you always underline something, you'd be okay. But again, that's just updated with computers. We now italicize book titles, movie titles, things like that. And then English is a proper adjective, so that would need to be capitalized, and then you'd want a period to punctuate the end of your sentence. And then you have step 4 complete. And then we get to step 5, which is the real fun of diagramming. And so when you are diagramming, you put your subject here first on the T-chart, and you put read, your verb, next. And so that's just the basis of it. And then we have a direct object, which you use just the line all the way up to the bottom line. You don't go through, which is novel. To show it a positive, you put it next to the noun it's restating in parentheses. So this is marking a positives here. And then the rest of it just is going to go under what it's explaining. So the explains novel, the is an article for novel, and then read the book in her English class, the prepositional phrase will just shoot right off of the verb. It doesn't necessarily matter where this comes off of as long as it doesn't come off of Sarah. It should definitely come after this line because it's part of the predicate. And so there you have everything you need to diagram the sentence. So that's steps 1 through 5. After you've reviewed all of these and you have them in your notes, again, if that went too quickly, there's a PowerPoint you can go back into. You're going to take a practice quiz on Canvas. Do your best on it. This will be for a participation grade, so you definitely want to pass the test, so take your time. Use your notes during the quiz. That's completely permissible. And then next week we are going to have a grammar quiz. And if you're completing this on Monday, October 30th, then this week we will have a grammar quiz. So just keep that in mind, and you can use your notes on the quiz. So they were definitely worth taking, and keep those in a safe place so we can add them to your grammar folders when we're back in class after the DLD. Okay, let me just get this stopped and we'll be good to go.